It was back in the year 1999 where there was a football match between two English teams in the FA Cup, a popular football tournament in England, between Arsenal and Sheffield United. The game was tied at 1-1, and an injured player from the Sheffield team fell down very badly and couldn't continue play. So Arsenal players, they thought they would, one of the players threw the ball back to the opposition. However, one of the new players who just entered the fray in England, who just came from, I believe, Nigeria, actually came in and scored a goal despite the opposition team had stopped play at that point in time. And there was uproar. All the players of this Sheffield United team said, no, this is not fair. How can they win the match? And then the Arsenal manager of the name Arsene Wenger came out on national television and said there should be a rematch. This is not fair. It's not really, we won the game. It's really, really distasteful. Let's play the game again. And the game was played again at a later stage, only a week or so later. There was a rematch, and he was very honest. This fantastic, great manager, Arsene Wenger. So truth. You know, many people in life, one of the things that is asked within regards when our time comes, were we honest in business? Were we honest in our dealings? That's one of the main questions that is going to be asked. And this is one of the questions we've got to face when it comes to the Day of Atonement, when it comes to Yom Kippur. Here we are. Were we truthful this year? Did we do everything what was right in Hashem's eyes? Did we take account for any of the mistakes that might have been made throughout the year? And that's one of the questions, and that's when we're doing the vidui, tefillah, in the Yom Kippur service. We are very much going to confess what any of the things or any of our shortcomings we might have had during the year. And that's one of the resolutions one has at the time of Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, is what's our New Year's resolutions? How can we improve ourselves? How can we correct the misdeeds that we have done? How can we not fall short the next year coming? That's one of the main things. Owning up to one's mistakes is one of the most important things that we actually see. We learn inside the Torah towards the end of Sefer Bereshit. There was a famous story of Yehuda and Tamar, Judah and Tamar, where Yehuda, Tamar was discovered to be pregnant, and she had in line, she was meant to marry Yehuda's son of the name Shelah, within regards to the laws of Yibum, of Yevamot. However, she had got pregnant, and it had been Shelah. He never got married to her. It was really Yehuda who actually got her pregnant, and they were about to, he didn't know at the time because she was covered up. He didn't know who she was, so he was not to know. And then they were going to take her to the stake and give her the penalty, the ultimate penalty. And then she said, to who these three things belong to is the father of the child. And that was the three things Yehuda had given her at the time when they were together. It was those three items. So he came out straight away and admit, no, it was me, I did it. Albeit there was everyone there, the whole Bet Din was there. Everyone was able to see what Yehuda had seemingly had done. He admitted the truth. He admitted his whatever he had done, and he took the public shame within regards to that. And we see that one time there was a rabbi that was speaking, and someone was telling him, let's cut corners with this, let's cut corners with this, you know, we don't have to do this. So the rabbi screamed, Emet, Emet, Emet. That's how important is Emet in Judaism. We try and do the truth. We are trying to work on an undertaking. We try and do what is fitting in God's eyes. We don't try to cut corners and cheat Hashem with whatever we do. We try and be straight with everything. We try and be the best that we can. And if we make a mistake, one of the main things is to own up for the mistake, to have the guts to own up for it and try and correct it. And that's what really takes a man to the top level. That's what takes a woman. When one sees that maybe they have fell short of something and they correct it afterwards, they actually say that if someone had transgressed and has repented totally and everything else, those averot can end up being cleansed away in a great fashion. That's important of it. And to correct one's mistakes, we see inside the Torah that very much is important. That is one of the undertakings that we see inside the Yom Kippur service, when we admit to what we have done and we try and correct ourselves. Well, that's what we've been doing. Sephardim have been doing slichot. There'll be 40 days of slichot between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where we ask teshuvah. And one time it was Rav Ovadia Yosef came to yeshiva And he went to Teshuvah Yeshiva, where a lot of people weren't religious before and became religious. So he says, I'm jealous of all of you because I can't stand where you are going to stand. So they said, why? Why is this? You're such a great rabbi. He says, you were at a different stage and look how much you all have grown. You've grown so much more than most of the people have. So many people sacrifice when they become, not sacrifice, so many people change their lives, transform their lives when they become religious, and that's what many of those people did. So that's what we can do. We are all Balei Teshuvah at this point in time, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We are all working on ourselves hard. We all want to correct. We all want to improve. We all want to. But the first thing is, in many cases, unfortunately, if someone's got a problem, someone's an alcoholic, someone's got various addictions, to admit is admitting that you've maybe messed up and fell short. That's a first step and a great step within regards to rectification and fixing oneself within regards to this. So that's one of the messages in this Yom Kippur. Let's stand up. Let's admit if we fell short to any of the things we did. Actually, there was a football match only last night from the time of recording where Manchester United played Bayern Munich, and the Manchester United goalkeeper admitted on national TV afterwards when he let in the goal when Munich took the lead. He says, it's my fault, we had the run of play, we were playing well, and I made the mistake at the end, I take responsibility. That's what we are doing here, this Yom Kippur. We are taking responsibility for all that we have done. Let's try and become better parents. Let's try and become better spouses for our partner. Let's try and become better colleagues to our friends. Let's try and become better people. Let's try and improve people, improve situation. Let's be a good influence on everyone else. Let's be a positive influence on everyone else. Let's build people up this Yom Kippur. Let's make people feel good about themselves. If we are in a bad mood or angry mood, let's try and cheer ourselves up within regards to it. Let's work on ourselves here this Yom Kippur, and Hashem is going to bestow on us the greatest brachot. Be'ez Hashem, I'm wishing you all a Gemar Chatima Tova. I would like to dedicate this Refuah Shlema for Yitzchak ben Esther that needs our tefillot, our prayers, and wishing you a meaningful Yom Kippur and a meaningful Yomim Noraim. Take care, and bye bye here from Israel. Have a great day.